Alright, so this hammock is a Hexcam Wasteland, and I know the person that this is going to is a very big fan of Hexcam. I've started making the stuff sacks a little bit bigger. Somebody had mentioned that their stuff sack was too small because they like to keep their straps in there and everything. So started making the bags a little bit bigger, but it will compress down really small. Or if you got it in a pack or something for the people that camp with these, you know, it'll flatten down quite a bit. So you can still cram it in a pretty small space if you're using it to go camping. And I had a little extra material, so I've been thinking about making a bag for the straps, but having a silk poly lining in it. So I had some extra material and I did that. And it's got, well, right now it's got a little bit of extra reading material, so when you're laying in your hammock you can read about your carabiners. I guess I don't need that right now, but it's got a silk poly lining on it. The silk poly is a waterproof material, so if you're using your straps and they get wet or get tree sap on them or whatever, you put them in the bag and it'll keep everything else from getting wet or getting that sap all over them. So this first one of these bags I made with the silk poly lining in it, I kind of like it. And got your carabiners. Like I said, you can read all about them when you're laying in a hammock now. They're the climbing rated carabiners, so they'll be plenty strong. And let's get this set up. So I'm going to set it up between these two trees, and I'm just going to briefly touch on how to use the cinch buckles and everything. On our YouTube channel I have a video how to properly set up the hammock, and it goes in a lot more detail about how to do it. So if you have any questions about it, you just look back to that or just get a hold of me. I'll answer them for you. We'll get these set up. This hammock has the matching Wasteland camo pattern straps. It's pretty nice. And carabiner too. Trying to keep all your stuff off the ground. It's a little bit damp and raining and everything. So. As much as possible. They're going to be on the ground a little bit. Okay, so I've clip the carabiner through there, and you could leave the carabiner attached. In that video I made, I go into detail about how to actually have the strap positioned on the tree, so you can take a look at that. Didn't get to, I was hoping to get out farther out in the woods, but to do this, but there's people out here bow hunting, and couldn't get very far away from the house because I got a lot more stuff to make today, so just trying to get out here and beat the rain. That's why I'm not spending a lot of time going into detail of how to hook it up. One thing I'll mention is this cinch buckle. It's got what I call the bar. And when I first put the strap in, I'll go underneath the bar and then let the bar drop down and then bring the strap back up through that. So the strap's going to go underneath the bar and then come back up over the top of the bar. And that's what locks it in place. Gonna let it hang there for now. Go get the other strap. It's a double-ended stuff sack, so you can open it from either side. Hands are getting cold. And again, I'm going underneath the bar and then back over the top. Okay, so what I would do at this point is take your fingers like a gun, hold the index finger parallel to the ground, and you want the straps, when they come down, they should run across the top of your thumb and the top of your index finger. And that'll show you if it's got a 30-degree angle, and it would look something like, see if I can do it in the camera. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, but I'm kind of the camera's kind of at a weird angle. When I went and stood over there and checked it, it's really close to a 30-degree angle. So you get both of them set at a 30-degree angle, and like I said, that video on our YouTube channel, how to properly set up a hammock, goes in a lot more detail about that. Set up your hammock, and then the next thing you want to do is sit in it. Make sure it's a nice, comfortable seat height for you, especially if you're going to be camping in it, you know, spending some time just lounging and whatever. And then raise or lower the tree straps to get it the right height. And then you lay back down in it completely, and you check the tension of the ridge line. You should be able to take your finger on top and the finger below it and have a little bit of play in it like that. You don't want to, it didn't need to twist all the way around or anything, and you definitely don't want it as tight as a guitar string. So you check the tension on that, and then you might have to adjust the straps a little bit one way or the other. But that's it. The setup, like I said, check out that video, it's got a lot more detail. We got a ridgeline organizer on here with the same matching Wasteland camouflage. It's got one pocket on this side, and it's got two pockets on the other side. And then there's a place to stick a bottle of water or something in here, or just any random thing. Once you lay in it the first time and get it so where it's the right height, because you don't want to, every time you sit up you hit it, or you don't want it so far away you can reach it, but get it set the way you want it. And with these little squeeze locks, you squeeze it and then you can move it one way or the other, and as soon as you let go, it'll lock in place. Whenever you get it to wherever you want it, you can just leave it like that, and every time you take it out of the bag, it'll be where you want it at. Got the stuff sacks. One of the things you could do with these stuff sacks is to bring it up a little bit higher, lock this down, or lock this side down, the lower side, lock it, the drawstring down, and then you can open this up, and if you're out there camping and you got something you just want to stash away for the day, maybe your headlamp or something, you know, something so you won't lose it, you can just take the drawstring like that, and you can open up this side, put in whatever little thing that you want to put in there, and then draw it tight. And that's just another advantage to having the double-ended stuff sacks, and you leave them on there. One thing I forgot to mention is once you get it set in place, get the hammock set up properly, then you can take this strap and just do an overhand. I'm making it big so you can see it, but just do an overhand knot, pull that through, and tighten it. So that will keep that from sliding while you're laying in it, you know, over time. When you first get in this hammock, these, because nobody's laid in these, so these straps are going to kind of draw tight, and there'll be a little bit of movement in there. You might have to, after you've laid in it for a short time, you might have to get up and retension the straps or loosen them or whatever, but once you get that first initial stretch out of everything, then from then on you'll be good. I try not to lay in any of the customers' hammocks unless I've talked to them ahead of time, and today I'm definitely not going to because everything is wet and I got my boots on, and so you lay it the first time, everything is tightened up. These continuous loops on the end will draw tight, and everything will be good to go from that point. Show you a little bit closer view of it. Get my finger out of the way. So yeah, we got the matching woodland. The continuous loops down here are gray on the foot end, and it's got a gray ridgeline. The continuous loops are 1/8 inch am steel. They're rated for 2,500 pounds, and this 7/64 inch am steel line here is rated for about 1,600 pounds. Got the tags, of course. These are made in the USA, right here in Marion, Illinois. And on the head end, you have a black continuous loop. That's so when it's in the bag and you go to set it up, you'll know which end is which, and you won't have to, you know, rearrange it. I'm over at my neighbor's place, and they got a lot of junk around here. I'm trying not to film all that trash, but so this is it. Hexcam Hexcam Wasteland camouflage. Sorry about that. And it's the HyperD 1.6 material. Really soft material, and it will get softer as you use it. I think you're going to be pretty happy with it. I'm glad you let me make it. Got the carabiners up here, and you can leave these on the eye if you want to, or you can take them off, however you want to do it. It's whatever works for you. I don't know if you're planning on just hanging out in the yard, relaxing in it, or if you're going to take it out camping, or what you're going to do with it, but hope you're happy with it, and like I said, I'm glad you let us make it. Thanks. And then when it comes time to break it down, if you've had this tightened like I did, make sure that end's loose, this end's tightened up. Undo your strap. start putting it away. I just noticed there's a beer bottle down here. It might be wouldn't mind. It says there's trash all over this place. And that's it. I usually, I don't know if you can see it from here, but so what I do is I draw this other end shut, and then I just usually let it hang on the strap while I go take that one apart, and then come back and get this. So that's it. Just unclip the straps, you put them back in your stuff sack, and then you're good to go. That Hexcam Wasteland hammock blends in pretty good.